So now we got one step drill, we've got an old paint can that's sprayed all over the place. I've made a little hole in the back of it, and hopefully the step drill will do its job, just giving us a bit of a bigger hole. The whole idea with step drills is to do it gently. Hopefully it won't get loose in the vise. There you go, easy as that. Now we have a decent drain hole, we'll see what I do in a moment, onto the top of here, and it will be the catchment. Because that slides over, I'm going to cut it off there somewhere. It'll be an exact fit to get that with a bit of silicone. That will be the drain. Right, so the next job is to cut that piece off. That will go on the tank. Right, let's see. That works. How's that? And that will drain straight in there and out the bottom. I think that's a good plan. Just need to figure it, get the right height. This might have to go half that size. Right. There'll be another job. Tin snips. Right, another change of plans. This thing, as you can see, is quite rotten underneath. But I'm going to make the hole bigger so that I can actually get my hand down the bottom to run a pipe, and then I'll cut a bit out of the side here for the waste to escape. So that's the next job we're doing, is to do that. Grind it to the ready, I guess. Righto, where are we? Saturday morning again. Typically, when you look for stuff, you don't find it, and then every now and again, you get lucky. On my way home the other night, somebody had thrown this out. It's an old jerry can. It smells of petrol, so it's probably not completely without rust on the inside. That doesn't bother me too much. Slightly damaged, but actually looks pretty good. So something inside, I don't know, we'll figure that out. So that's the first thing. We have a jerry can, which should make a very good little water reservoir, and I think where the camera is stood, this will probably fit in there. Let's see. Oh, with a bit of wiggling, it will definitely fit in. You just need to tuck it in sideways, just slip it in like that, which means I'll have water at this height, which is roughly there, and that would be a really good place to have it. I also found in my stash of garden equipment all the different hose lock nozzles and various fire extinguisher hoses and nozzles that I've collected over time. I found a tap. I've got no idea where it comes from. It's a real weird little stumpy, and I need to figure out I'm probably going to have to disassemble it, because you can see that is very, very old. It looks like a type of rope that they would have used to seal this, maybe with some beeswax, I don't know. This little nut comes off, but I haven't tried wiggling this to get it out. Probably by a or screwdriver in there to lever it out. But as it stands right now, it cannot be used, because you kind of want the tap really to open and shut this way so that the water can drain. I looked at options sideways, maybe, so the water will then pour out sideways. It might be an option, but I think what I need is to be able to cut a hole in there with my famous hole saw. Once the hole saw is in, you then get it to a hole where it's an exact fit for this, where you can actually thread this straight in to the metal, use a bit of sealing tape or pipe tape, whatever you want to call it, PTFE, I think is another name, get it to a point where it seals. So one of the ways would be doing it this way. The alternative is taking that back section off and just screwing this in like this. It'll be a much tidier job, and maybe that is the right way to do it. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is disassemble this lot, just to see if I can clean up everything. And I guess then, as always, look at that. It does look better when you just do a bit of polishing, so I'll put a bit of polish across this. I won't mess with the paint that's dead, but it'll look tidier when I'm done with it. I like clean stuff. And then see if I can make this into a unit. It'll be filled up at the top at leisure, because you don't use 20 litres of water to wash your hands, maybe some car parts and stuff. But essentially, it looks like we have a water reservoir that's going to work a lot easier and very simplistic compared to my original plan of mounting it on the wall. So yeah, next job, disassemble, I suppose, yeah, take this apart, see if I can get the thread to a point where it's workable. With this little nozzle, of course, one can put a little bent nozzle, a bit of copper pipe, maybe even screw this. I'm not sure if this will go on there. Oh, look at that. So screw that on there, put ever so slight kink in there so that it delivers the water a little bit further from as close as that to the tank. Yeah, it's coming together, good stuff. I'm going to turn the camera off for a bit while I go mess around with this. That's just time wasting, like a lot of everything else. And I'll come back to you once I've tidied this up. Another little problem that I had, only because I make my own problems, was this hole. I suspect whoever drilled it had an idea with it, whatever that might be, whether it be to pressure release or make it safe if they wanted to cut it in half to turn it into a barbecue, because these tanks make a really good barbecue because they're so thick. I don't know. But it's bugged me, this hole. Then, earlier on, I remembered I had this, and I got given some of these bottles of, it's a product called Deb hand cleaner. They go into those machines or those dispensers that go on the wall that you just push the little levers and you get your hand cleaner out. So obviously that is the activator for the lever that will feed the little sprayer or dispenser underneath when you are washing your hands in an industrial setting. So I thought, what if and I'm not going to completely illustrate now, but if I found something My initial thoughts was normal household hand wash lotion, which those little bottles with this dispenser nozzle. But I thought, hang on, what if that fits through there? Now I've not checked, but I think that if that comes in from underneath, I could probably use that to screw this in place. That's the first part of it. Second part, I then dug through all of my bits of pipe, different sizes, etc. That will fit inside once I've put a slit in it and made it ever so slightly smaller, and be the pickup, because that's actually a pump. Right, so this will pick up from the bottom once I've put a slit in to make it fit into the hole on the inside. You'll see there's a hole which just right now doesn't fit, but I'll make it fit. And then on the top of it, once this sticks through here, you'll have that. So when you come and you squish, you will have some more pipe. I'll cut a bit of this off because this fits as a tight fit over here. So then you'll have just that nozzle sticking out with the nozzle dispensing the soap, hand cleaner. Here you go. Whole problem solved. That's just another silly thing, but I'm pleased that I figured it out and that I found the right bits of pipe to do the job. Fast motion, slow motion, but there you go. Now we have a jerry can that fits on that shelving. Tap, it opens and shuts. I've used PTFE tape just to thread seal, and then I've also added some of that Sikaflex into the thread thing because I don't ever intend undoing it. So this should be watertight. Next job I'll do is this top end, I'm going to brush clean with the steel brush, give it a bit of primer, and then maybe paint it red, pink, yellow, green, blue, or some interesting, weird and wonderful color, just so the top looks a little bit different for no reason, just because I can. So yeah, that's another little job jobbed out of the scrap pile, off the pavement sidewalk. Once this is together, it'll go on the shelf with water, and I will be able to wash my hands under running water if, as and when I need to. Boom boom, easy as that. What else have I got left to do? I've got to plumb in and figure out the soap dispenser onto the gas bottle stand, and I don't currently have a waste pipe to go down the bottom like an old vacuum cleaner hose or something. I definitely have one, or had one. I probably threw it away or gave it away, but that would have been nice to have. But maybe I'll end up just using pipe, just regular pipe, not flexible hose pipe. There you go. Thanks for joining. Let's see if we can make this work. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but we're going to give it a bloody go. So that's the squirty bit, and that's the pick up suck up bit, and that's the pump. Now I need to be a gorilla to get that bottle inside up to there, and then screw this on, keep it all together. Fingers crossed. I think that's not going to happen today. I need a spare pair of hands, so that's not going to happen today. but I think it can be done. Just not today. Before I destroy things, I will just put this away. Leave it like that. There you go. And that obviously works. Because you can get the green gloopy soap come up. So that's a win, I would say. To me, that's a win. Just need to do the rest, which is fitting it in there. But that's not going to happen. So we'll show you some more action. So, finally, basin's done, the base is done. I still need to do the soap dispenser, but I need somebody else because I just don't have long enough gorilla arms to get this done. To reach in, hold the bottle while the top is screwed in, then we'll have a soap dispenser right here. Tank, 20 litres reservoir, I would say is more than enough. It's got the cap and seal has all been redone and I've tidied up and painted it up. The tap works really well, so we now have a bit of running water. Whether you just see, I'm actually cleaning up because I'm done. Oh, something going on here. Interesting. There we go. Let's see. Maybe doesn't want to be sealed. There we go. Release vacuum because the top is so well sealed. There you go. So now we have basin. We don't have a towel. The drip dry is good enough. Plug comes out, water drains out the back. Easy as that. Job done. And to be honest, if you look at how clearly that thing drains, or how cleanly, I'm very, very, very pleased. Close up of this lot. And then up here, obviously, where I cleaned up and painted. It's all good. Really, really, really pleased. From one scrap bell housing to a hand wash basin, a bit silly. I still have some deer antlers to create a deer from. We'll make a big buck, but I'll get to that as soon as I pick up a sump. I need an old steel sump that's been destroyed, written off or whatever, to create the head, and then the antlers will go onto that. There's a couple of other jobs I could use that for as well, but I think that's the answer. So for now, on a Saturday afternoon, I think it's time for a shower, a shave, and maybe, just maybe, a beer a little bit later on. It's not hot enough really for beer today, but hey, why should I not celebrate getting this all done? Pleased as hell, especially with this little reservoir, because that was a problem, how to hold and contain the water. But it's all done. Ba-dum, ba-dum. Including that. Thanks for joining, thanks for watching. Now go make your own and have a good weekend.